The struggle in South Africa is a national struggle for South Africans, and not one we should regard as Zimbabweans as our own concern.
You will not support an armed struggle in South Africa?
No, we will not.
The PA members are approaching them on the side of Zimbabwe to go and take those boats. They are now moving, taking the boats away. They are now taking the boats away.
So that's the Patriotic Alliance. They're at a river, very shallow waters. And the gentleman who's carrying the bike was trying to make his way into South Africa. They made him turn back. They made him carry his bike, pack his bike up, and walk back all the way into Zimbabwe. And literally the camera tracked him all the way as he walked across the waters. There you see him almost halfway through. And, you know, he probably did make his way through. We didn't stay until the end of the shot. But I'm sure with Gayton McKenzie and the Patriotic Alliance standing there watching him, he probably did make his way through. So those are one of the unofficial ports of entry, unofficial areas that people are using to actually get into the country.
You know, guys, when I started talking about Nigerians, everyone was like, I hate Nigeria, I hate Nigeria, I hate Nigeria, I'm trying to kiss South Africa's butt, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. So yesterday, we showed what Somalians, Pakistanis are doing in SA. Today is Zimbabwe's turn. Guys, dude just walked. He walked through water. He walked on water all the way through SA. So all these people that are coming in, guys, ask yourselves this question. Who is feeding them? Who's accounting for them? The crimes that they are committing, how do you catch them? Because they are not registered, they have no fingerprints, they're just walking in. The food they are eating, who's accounting for it? The jobs that they are taking. Because people are saying that they're not taking jobs from South Africans. I saw this video, which really annoyed me. Really annoyed me. It shows the ignorance that people have. Because people keep talking about Orania and white people, like we are, like these small countries are not causing havoc. Let me show you what video I'm talking about.
South Africans, you say Zimbabweans are taking your jobs, right? That foreigners are taking your jobs, right? Let me tell you, here is your jobs. Here are your jobs, American Swiss. You need to know that South Africa doesn't beneficiate. We don't beneficiate as a country. Therefore, our minerals are leaving our country unprocessed. So raw materials are leaving our country to create jobs elsewhere. Here are your jobs. Don't be misled and be told that Zimbabweans are taking your jobs here. Here are your jobs, and you are saying nothing about that. So we need beneficiation in...
Yo, I thought he's using big English, beneficiation. He's saying they are your jobs. Listen to his ignorance, okay? So he's talking about raw material, that Americans and all these countries, they take our raw materials. Okay, fine. But wait, that company you are pointing at, American Swiss, which country is it in? It's in South Africa. Who are they employing? I'll show you who they're employing. And you know why they're employing these people? Because these people accept cheap labor. Because if these people did not come into the country the way they're coming into the country and did not accept cheap labor, those jobs would have paid well for South Africans. So regardless of the fact that they're taking raw material and turning it into finished products, it would have not been an issue. It is a trade. It's called export and import. But when you enter like this, lo, masipa, this nonsense here. Guys, they are literally climbing a rope off a bridge, risking their lives. Some of them have children on their backs to enter into SA. And you have the audacity to call South Africans xenophobes. You have the audacity to call them lazy. You have the audacity to say nobody's taking anything from you guys. the risks you are taking to enter into this country, and you have the audacity to say that South Africans have no right to complain or say anything. Get the monkey Glen sauce out of here.
Black South Africans like thinking they are superior to other Africans. You know, like our country is developed, we have highways.
Yeah.
You guys in Malawi and in Sudan.
Which is true. But Isugabi, where does it come from?
So the reason our country is more developed is because the colonizers that came here, after milking the resources, didn't just take them out, but they used them to develop. It is not because Black South Africans developed this country. When you start looking at the data, you might find that Black South Africans are poorer than other Africans. Because other Africans, you see, because when other Africans show you their money, it is money they have earned from their trade. When Black South Africans show you their money, it's from one of two places. The first one, the sadder one, is from a grant, from government. You didn't earn this. You didn't build anything. You didn't sell anything. The second one is a payment from a colonizer or a colonial company. So when you do the math, you realize a black person in Nigeria who has 1,000 naira, or let's say $1,000 American dollars, that's his money from his trade as a black man. In South Africa, if a black person has $1,000, it's either government gave it to them, or there's a white man somewhere that probably paid his salary. And when you look at...
You know, guys, I took a few minutes looking for this video because I wanted to edit to here, because this is the problem with a lot of people who think are intelligent, that speak Model C English. The audacity of saying that the only reason South Africa is the way it is because of its colonizers, because South Africans did absolutely nothing. That South Africans are dependent, if they want to show you your money, they're dependent only on grant or money paid to them to their colonial masters. Okay. Let's take the very same stupid concept that he's talking about and let's take it to Europe. Do they not get grants, the white men there? Do they not get salaries paid to them? So because their salaries don't come from slavery, and South African ones come from the people who enslaved them, therefore South Africa did not develop this country. So they never built this country, they never built the roads. So the fact that now South Africa is fighting for their nation so that they can run their own thing, they are now continuing to and Penrose is a South African with a whole bunch of baby mamas, is an example of what a man should never be, first of all. And on top of that is an example of how just being educated and sounding educated doesn't mean you say the most educated shit. There are things I agree with him, but this one is the dumbest shit you can ever say. So, when South Africans are fighting for their land, when they are fighting to take back their factories, when they are fighting against illegal foreigners, when they are fighting against racism and all that, to take back the nation so that they can run their own nation as they see fit. That's a problem. So when they then accept to take employment and they accept to take grants, that's a problem. Can South Africans do right? That's my question. They can't fight for their country. If they don't fight for their country, they are lazy. If they do fight for their country, they are xenophobes. The next thing we are accusing them, they never did anything. So everybody else did everything for South Africa, and South Africans did nothing. They just sat there. They waited for Malawians, Mozambicans, Congolese, all these nations to walk in here, do everything, and they just sat there in their villages. And once everybody fought for their freedom, and they were like, okay, guys, you guys can come now and do your thing. That's how it worked? Really? That's what we're saying here? This is becoming unnecessarily disrespectful, especially when local celebrities, I mean, Penwell has what, 100, 200,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, on his social medias, and this is the nonsense he's putting out there for people to listen to. This is a sad, sad, sad story, because every day, this is the type of news I keep seeing.
This is reporting it foot and mouth. Foot and mouth, goodbye. Foot and mouth.
So all those people you are claiming, Nigerians with $1,000 is better than a South African, Zimbabwean, what? All those people, if they are better, why are they coming into South Africa? Why don't they stay in their countries? If they have more money, if they don't need grants, if they don't need colonial money, why are they then coming to South Africa? They chased the white men out of their country. They didn't utilize the white men the way the South African blacks utilize the white men. So my question to you is then, why are they coming into this country? And you know what's the worst part about this? It's not that they only enter into the country illegally. They don't. They enter into the country legally but remain illegally, and they are fully aware of this, and there are people even advise them about this. What am I talking about?
Okay. Dear Zimbabweans, are you okay? Let's talk about immigration in South Africa. Majority of you have what we call the stamps that you get on the port of entry into South Africa. So sometimes you get the 1 month, sometimes you get 3 months, depending on your purpose in South Africa. However, that is not legal at all. That is not illegal. However, what is illegal is that majority of you are using those stamps to find employment and work. As a fellow African, I completely understand. You've got to do what you've got to do. You've got to feed your family. However, it is important to ensure that you are legal within a country so that down the road you don't face any problems, any issues. Now, there's a plethora of visas that you can choose from. The stamps does not allow you to work in South Africa because what's happening is a lot of you before they expire, you go back to the border and you get the stamp and you come back in. And before they expire, and that's what a lot of you guys are doing. And that is illegal. So please ensure that you're changing from.
And that is illegal. I didn't say it. It came from the mouth of a fellow Zimbabwean, your countryman who's trying to advise you on what to do. Guys, this is the issue. Even when they enter legally, they still remain illegally. And the country cannot sustain this. The economy cannot hold this. I'm going to see if I've got the video. Where in Alex, there were supposed to be 75,000 people. And now they are sitting on almost over 1.5 million people.
We shouldn't be apologetic about this thing. Yes. These people must move away from our places. Yeah. Alex was supposed to have 75,000 people in it. We are sitting at 1.4 million. That's why you find electricity breaking. That's why you get water everywhere. That's why our clinics are full. Each and every corner where you go to, these illegal immigrants are making something wrong. And
so you tell me, everyone keeps talking about how South Africans are xenophobes and all this. Imagine 75,000 people to 1.4, 1.5 million. Who's catering for all those people? All those factory jobs, all those businesses they are opening. They are stealing the economy from the South Africans. And people want to act like as if South Africa is crying for no reason. Guys, listen. The fight continues. And this next video, I know most of you don't watch these videos in full, but for those of you that watch these videos in full, please tag these minutes so people can watch this message, because this is a very important message. And this is the only way we take South Africa back, you take your townships back, and you take your communities back. Everything else will be dealt with later.
Very much, sir. Let's go to Olani. Olani, who do you have with you?
My name is Tabiso Mapike from Bopilo. I'm proud to say we the only township in Gauteng that has got no foreign nationals, because what we did, we chased them out of our township, because we are like, our country is full of politicians that are just talking a lot of English but doing nothing about the townships. We stay in townships that are full of foreign nationals, and these foreign nationals are taking over economy. Black townships, we have foreign nationals that has got tech shops in it. We had about 138 tech shops of foreign nationals in our township. And our township is one of the poorest townships, but we had 138 tech shops that are owned by these people. And who brought these people in our townships? The government. Because are there no laws in this country that protects illegal immigration? Because there's Illegal Immigration Act 13 of 2002, Section 19, that says for illegal immigration, for immigrants to have businesses in townships, at least they must invest 5 million rand. And they are not supposed to own, or they are not supposed to run spaza shops salons, vegetables. But these people are running all of those things in our townships. Why are we letting them to take our economy? So we want our economy back. This is what we are going. As Bophelo, we are fighting for our economy. We want our economy back. And we took it. We did it ourselves with no assistance from the government, because the politicians are just there to speak English. Right. And they don't act on whatever that they are saying. So we are sick and tired of politicians talking English here and doing nothing about us in the townships.
All right. Thank you very much indeed.